when you get a policy, when you get a home protection policy, you really need to read the terms and conditions.
This is Las Vegas Real Estate Now with local real estate expert Harvey Blankfeld.
It's important. They're all different. There's a whole bunch of competitors for this, and they all have different terms and conditions.
Yes. And they all have, I mean, one of the things I pride Old Republic on is that when I give you a policy, we've gone a little green, so now it's in a QR code.
Sure.
But our digital policy or the QR code has the full terms and conditions for our brochure. So it's not, you don't have to go through a maze and turn over this rock and then around this mushroom and
Look
then
for the fine print.
Right. It's our terms and conditions are right there.
Right.
And then we literally have little boxes within those terms and conditions that if there's a limit on something, it says, hey, this particular water heater's $5,000 limit.
Mm-hmm.
Optional roof leak coverage, because not every
policy gets it, right?
But $1,000, it literally is just in this box for buyer's limits. And we don't hide anything. That doesn't mean that everybody reads everything.
Well, no, yeah. We really don't want to know.
Right.
We just want to believe that everything's covered all the time. Don't have to worry about anything. I understand that,
There's a paragraph at the very beginning of our limits of liability section.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a very nicely written statement about the fact that nothing is exhaustive. And we aren't in the position or the place where we always cover 100% of everything.
Right.
But I know you and I have discussed many times, it's budget protection and it helps your downside.
That's the thing. Don't expect it to cover everything, but just have it there to protect you from a huge downside, and that's the thing. A $5,000 credit against replacing a hot water heater, that's going to cover most of the time.
The bulk of,
Yeah, it would hopefully cover most of it. And then, so you just know what you're dealing with. And then, look, when you submit the claim, get an understanding. Sometimes you want to submit a claim for something you don't have any coverage on.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, don't do that.
Right.
Don't do that. And I've seen that happen before. So, when I'm working with a client and they may call me, and this, Stacia,
Yes.
they might call me, hey, Harv, I don't know, do I have coverage for this? Or can you help me get the coverage? And we're always happy to help our clients, whether we're working with them now or we sold them a house 3 years ago, we're happy to help them. And so we might reach out to you and say, hey, is this coverage? They got declined on this. Is there coverage here? And there may be, there may not be, but read the fine print, basically. And you're saying it's all out there for them.
It is. And so I always tell people, if you have the digital copy or you go online and download a digital copy, Control F is your friend. Type in a term, a word, and it'll say, oh, there's 7 things about toilets in there.
Right. That's one of Carly's favorite buttons is Control F. She'll look for that in documents all the time.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that it can bring you an immediate answer. Obviously, we have different levels of policies. I have a property manager that emails me no less than 3 times a week, and he says, hey, because they have different levels for different homes.
Right.
And I've urged him to set up some different kind of spreadsheets and what have you, but I'm his spreadsheet.
You're his current spreadsheet.
And ask, hey, you know what does this cover this? And in some cases it does, but I'll be like, well, it depends on what plan you have. Because yes, we cover that. Springs and hinges on a garage door. Yes. But only if you have this plan.